Hello everybody and welcome back to another brand new LEGO review. Now I have gotten a brand new table. Say bye bye to my old blue table. It was fun using it, but it really wasn't the best background I could offer. Now I gotten a brand new $150 white table from IKEA, just to give them a quick shout out. Now hopefully the background looks better, but that means this table is really heavy. I can't always be moving it and adjusting it to do face cam reviews. So, face cam is gone. I'm sorry for those of you who may have liked my face cam reviews, but it is officially gone because this table is just too much of a hassle to be moving all the time, given the fact that it is a pretty heavy table. So, today's set, we're going to take a look at another Creator 3-in-1 set. This is the Townhouse Pet Store and Cafe. Without further ado, let's get right to it. Alright, let's show you guys the box. The box is, of course, this is a $100 set, so there is quite the amount to offer. So there is 969 pieces, and this is set 31097. There we go, and in the back of the box, turn that around, just showing you the other two alternate builds. Now, a disclaimer in this review, I will not be doing the alternate builds, so just the standard default build, in case that is all you're wondering. But there you go, that is the box. So let's start first by looking at straight in the middle of the build. So in the middle, we start from the top. We've got this little headlamp thing, which is a little bit rotatable. I guess it's like an air vent or something. I'm not a particularly big fan of how loose this is. Maybe I may have built something wrong, but the way this is intended to be, I am not quite the biggest fan of the way this little light turned out. I honestly wish it could be a little more secure, given that the light is just all over the place, and I feel like it definitely could use some improvement. Alright, moving on down here, we've got the window sill of the cafe. This is, of course, just a normal house on the top. And then we've also got this little brick-built coffee mug logo on the side to represent that there is a cafe right there. Very, very neat. The build of the coffee cup itself, I think, works out very well. Now, coming down here now, we've got just a small tree of a brick-built bird. On the top, it's a yellow robin, and then we've got a little doggo right there. Maybe I should... There we are. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we got a doggo, a white doggo, and we've got just a tree there with a simple yellow bird. The tree itself, built with some axle pins. I guess that's fine. Not the greatest, of course, but it's not too bad. Now on this side here, I think this is the menu for the cafe, which will show you all the feature things that you can order and eat from the cafe. Got a simple flower pot in the front right here. And then over here we just got a table with a croissant right on top of it. You know, somebody took their croissant, and two seats for your minifigures to chill down and just eat. So that's this diagonal corner middle part of the entire build. Now before we move on, I do want to say you can combine this. Like Creator Expert, you can take another set which has an intention of holes here, because there are a couple pins here which you can actually stack right next to each other. There's a hole on the receiving end right here. Voila, just like that. So I combined it with the Townhouse Toy Store, which is of course its own set. But it works just like Creator Expert, which you can combine a smaller set or other creator sets to stack here. And this is exactly how people who create Lego cities create their buildings, essentially. This is basically how it's done. And I like the concept of it. So of course, if you don't have a ton of money to get Creator Expert, this is definitely the alternate version, a cheaper version of Creator Expert. So there's that. We're going to continue on with my personal favorite side of this build, which is of course the pet store. I think the use of glass here and just the way it is designed looks very awesome in my opinion, which is probably why I like this one better than the cafe. So starting off on the front, look at that logo of the pet store. You've got a mascot of a doggy, and then you got a little parrot on the side. And now here you just get some treats which you can get for your pets. You got some balls and bones for your dogs. And then just over here we got this random traffic light, which, okay, I guess it's fine, but really, traffic lights attached to a building and not on a pole of its own? I don't know about that, Chief. The main entranceway you can actually see has a glass or a transparent piece which you can act as a window, which you can see the actual pets. Got an ATM teller machine here, which when you open up, yes, there is actual money inside. That is a $100 bill. And then moving on, we take a look at the top. You can see the top part is just basically all windows, and I really like the way this came out. The design of this looks awesome with all the windows. I know it doesn't really respect privacy, but I'm just happy with the way this thing is designed overall, which means we can actually take a look inside the actual pet store. So let's just start off with the bottom, because the main pet store is actually is at the bottom, as you would have guessed. You got a cash register here, and then in there you got a fish tank with fishies, and then you just got a parrot. It's actually not a lot to offer inside the actual pet store. But what I'm personally more interested about is these designs. This is the living room for the apartment upstairs. Very spacious living room. You can get a nice, absolutely nice view as you're watching TV, chilling on the couch. There is a TV right there, TV table, little plant there. Got a giant couch right there. And yeah, that's nice. And then we go up here. This is the bedroom. Got a plant on the balcony. Got a big bed, and then with a bedside table just on the side. That looks pretty neat. Now my most favorite thing, of course, yeah, there's a door here which you can access to the balcony. But my most favorite thing about this entire set is the design of the windows right here with the red and black patterns. That looks awesome. I think the way this turned out really, really well, and I'm just so glad it turned out excellent. You get the same style down here on the lower level too. So when you zoom out, this is basically what it looks like. And I'm just really happy with the way this turned out. This looks awesome, and I can't express my happiness enough for it. Now, one more thing, of course, is the roof. Look at the different designs. Of course, you get a little giant, I'm gonna assume that's like a spotlight or something, that thing. And then these are just, this is like roof tiles, but it's built very differently. The cover on the top here, I guess the design's okay, but in the end I feel like this is done a particularly good job as well. It really, in some logic sense, doesn't really make sense, but I feel like it's definitely, it turned out pretty well. So that is the pet store area. Now the second half of this build, of course, is the cafe itself. So here's the cafe. The cafe design, it's got the brown at the bottom and it's got the yellow on the second level. Yeah, it's not as modern as this building, because this building looks way more modern, of course. This looks more like an older building, you know what I'm saying? And the way this works with the backside completely opens so that you can put all your figures inside and have playability access. I think this works very well, but I think the design contrast, yeah, I can see why this would be a corner thing, because I'm not a particularly big fan of the design in contrast. Now, in the front, we've got a fire hydrant down here, flower bed, got a window, got the main cafe mug logo right up here. Then we've got the door down there, very nice. And then we've got a balcony with some flowers growing, very nice. And there are actual parrots on the top of this like roof, and the parrot designs look awesome right here. I think that looks very well. And then the same thing with the windows, very antique, you know what I'm saying? It's giving very, very antique vibes. Now let's move on the side. Yes, there is a window here on the side, in case you're wondering. Alright, so now we can actually see inside the cafe as well. Got a rooftop garden here with some veggies growing. Very nice. It's actually kind of hidden behind, so you can't particularly see it pretty well. But yes, that is a thing and it exists. So coming down here, again, more living space. This is again yet another apartment. That is a kitchen, the window side, which has a door which access out to the balcony. Then we come down right here. This is the main cafe. So the pet store has 3 levels. The cafe here has 2. So the simple cafe, very simple ATM machine and just one single table. I know these builds are quite small, but what I'm just happy with the overall build of it. Overall, I just think this is a thing that looks spectacular if you put it on top of a shelf. So this entire build, I'm genuinely very happy. You know, the way it turned out, I'm genuinely very satisfied with it. So yeah, what can I say? The only thing I really don't like though is of course this air vent thing. I'm just not a big fan of how loose it is. But apart from that, the build itself is quite nice. Now there are 2 more things we need to show, the side build and the minifigures. So let's do that right now. Alright, the minifigures here are very straightforward. We've got a grandpa, we've got a little girl, and we've got a food cart worker. The food cart worker is, of course, comes with the food cart build, which I'll show you in just a second. But these are, again, average citizen minifigures, and I've always stated this. I am always a big fan of average citizen minifigures because I feel like they represent quite well if you're building a Lego city, because they have no intent, no real purpose. You know, they're not really a main character or anything. They're just citizens, average people. And average people is exactly what you need. And of course, it's something you can create your own characters out of because they're average people. So the grandpa, little kid, and then the park worker. Does the grandpa have an alternate face? He does not. He does have a very nice hairpiece though, I will say that. Does the little girl have an alternate face? She does not as well. So none of these minifigures have an alternate face, in fact. So just know in advance. And I think that's fine. I mean, they don't really have more facial expressions, but my favorite one here in particular, of course, is the grandpa from the 3 minifigures, if you have to really ask. And then finally, the last thing to be shown is the hot dog food cart, where the food cart worker works. Look at the giant hot dog mascot built on top with the mustard and the pickles. That looks pretty funny. The build itself, it looks like it could be a poly bag of its own. I'm not gonna lie, this set looks pretty darn funny. Yeah, I just think it looks really funny, in my opinion. Of course, you get an actual minifigure scale hot dog on the stand on the grill, and on the side here you just got condiments, ketchup and mustard. And on the bottom here, the whole cart is on skateboard wheels, so which you can just move like that. But yeah, like I said, this would be a pretty excellent side build as a poly bag. So not bad. Oh my god, just dropped. Not bad though. Not bad at all. So in terms of value, this set is $100. This is Canadian, by the way, but I think it's fine. You know, the set itself works out pretty well. I would say if it was cheaper, it will be better, but with its given value right now, it should be fine. You got 3 minifigures, a side build, and basically 2 buildings. And if you think about it, one of these buildings would already be $50. So it honestly makes sense. So the value could be better, but I think it's fine. Not the best, but it's okay. So the side build, again, I said it'll be a very good hot dog stand as a poly bag, but that's just my opinion. And the only thing I just don't like, of course, is the little super loose air vent light thing. But apart from that, the pet store build looks absolutely amazing. I'm very happy with it. The cafe build, meh, it's okay. But there you go. I'm gonna give this set a total of 7 or 8, actually 8 out of 10. Not a bad set at all. I'm quite happy with it. So 8 out of 10 on the set, and that is it for my opinions on this set. If you want to see more LEGO reviews, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And I'm also doing more gaming content. If you want to see that, go check that out as well. And leave this video a like if you enjoy it. And we'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am Mark45, signing out.